Hi, this is Sean White. I just want to do a real quick video. Found this very disturbing. I actually did not catch this when it first apparently happened around the 25th of June, apparently. All while everybody was talking about the Pulse shooting. Like I said, they don't do these psyops for no reason. There's always a reason, or they take these psyops and run with them. Don't let how they say, an opportunity go to waste. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. Apparently, the governor of Hawaii took that opportunity. Probably already had this gun bill in the works and used that to push through a gun bill that actually puts gun owners on an FBI criminal database. That's right, a criminal database. You owning a gun legally, that is your right, but they're going to put you on a criminal database. Let that sink in for a minute. It's just like the no-fly list. All these little lists just popping up just seem to be targeted at who? People like, well, me, or these truthers out there pushing the truth, um, which is being tied into these homegrown domestic terrorists. That's where this is all going. It is all tied into each other. It is. This is not. This is such propaganda being pushed on the people in order to push these type of laws to bring us more into this police state, this new world order. This is order out of chaos. It is absurd that this is going on. But they call this liberal state. It's only places like this in California that they can really get this stuff done right now because they are so quote unquote liberal. Um, I mean, you might as well not even count them part of the United States anymore. It's so absurd. But eventually, this is all going to keep on trickling over, and something's going to give. Whether it's a big psyop, a false flag, whatever it is, I believe they're going to do something big in order to not really care what most of America thinks. They will go for the big grab, I think. It's obviously showing that they're going to do it little by little, and this way there's not a big resistance. They do it state by state, uh, section by section, county by county, just slowly doing this because they know if they do it all at once, there's going to be a huge revolt. They know that. That's why they have to do it little by little law by little law, taking itty bitty parts of your rights away where you just go, oh, that don't matter. Oh, that's no big deal. Until you realize, wait a minute, all this added up to all of a sudden I lost my rights altogether. This article, I'm really bad at linking things. I'm going to try to remember to link this article so you can all read it if I don't go through it all here, is flat out scary. I actually found this article looking at another article in which I will show you here in a second, all linked together. But like I said, this is all the way back in June of 25th, so basically a month ago. This is crazy. Where was this being talked about? No, it wasn't being talked about because Pulse was being talked about. It was flooding the news with the so-called horror, this gun violence, propaganda, psyop, garbage. In the meantime, this type of stuff is being pushed through in government. So, yeah, Hawaiian governor signed a bill making it the first state to place its residents who own firearms in a federal criminal record database. Federal criminal record database. And monitor them for possible wrongdoings anywhere in the country, not just Hawaii, anywhere in the country, his officials said. The move by gun control, basically in this liberal state, represents an effort to institute some limits on firearms in the face of a bitter national debate over guns. This week saw Democratic lawmakers stage a sit-in. Okay, this goes into that ridiculous stage sit-in at the U.S. House of Representatives. That's a whole nother topic in itself. Ridiculous. This is absurd. It says Thursday signed into law a bill to have police in the state enroll people into FBI criminal monitoring service after they register their firearms as already required. This is what happens when you're forced to register your firearms. It's first this, then you put it in the databases. They say they're not coming after the guns, people. They're coming after the guns. And all you morons out there sitting there saying that they're not, these are sensible laws. This is exactly what leads to the banning of the guns. And they take all sorts of avenues, like I'm going to show you here, where they get down to the nitty gritty and say, also signed into 2 other firearm bills. How convenient. One makes convictions for stalking and sexual assault among the criminal offenses, disqualifying a person from gun ownership. The other requires firearm owners to surrender their weapons if diagnosed with a mental, behavioral, or emotional disorder. There we go. So you remember they've been pushing back, especially with like the Sandy Hook and all that. There's mental illness was being pushed left and right. Which brings me up to how I found this article, because I was looking at this article. 2/3, this is actually July 27th, a couple of days ago. 2/3 of Americans okay if doctors ask about guns. I'm sure that's just accurate as could be. 2/3 of Americans, really. They interviewed all the Americans in the world, I guess, apparently, and 2/3 of them say it's okay. And if you go down, really look at the numbers, it says 23% of people surveyed thought it was okay for doctors to ask about guns. 23%. 14% said it was usually appropriate. An additional 30% considered it reasonable in some situations. I noticed it doesn't say how many people were actually surveyed. And I'm sure they did not only pick the ones that went along with, their agenda. If they even had a real survey at all. I mean, this is so absurd. I can't even stress the mind control, propaganda, ridiculousness of these so-called news stories. They're all made up. It's all fake. It's just propaganda to sway you and get you into an emotional state of mind to make emotional decisions. That is it. And they always got to throw in their numbers. I mean, look at this. 2014, there were more than 33,000 gun deaths. How appropriate, huh? You got to get the nice 33 Masonic number in there for you. Oh, this is evil. But what is this about? Remember what it just said. What is one of the things that can disqualify you from having a gun in this database? If your doctor deems you mentally unfit or emotionally unfit, all they got to do is report you. Oh, I don't see nothing wrong with doctors asking about guns. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. But yet, you answer a couple of questions like, yeah, I got a gun. Oh, okay, well, sir, you seem a little agitated. You seem a little this. We're going to have to put you on let's put you on this medication. Okay, well now it's on record that you're taking Xanax or you're taking some kind of depression medicine or something that they prescribed you. Guess what? All I gotta do is get that over those records over to this show that you're in this database, show you that you're on these medications, that you've been diagnosed with this, and boom, you've lost your rights to guns. That easy. So they don't have to technically ban guns, they just got to put these laws in place to get you deemed unfit to have a gun. We are living in the twilight zone, people. It's insanity. I mean, look at this propaganda. We got, oh, I don't even know what to say anymore. But I just saw this article. I wanted to just run this by real quick. Leave comments what you think. If you haven't, like and subscribe. I'll try to get some more videos out sooner. Thank you. God bless.